Imagine you and your friends go on a winter trip to the mountains, but you've never tried a winter sport before. Well, you should give snowboarding a try. I have lived in the Colorado Rockies for 8 years, just a few miles away from some world-class ski resorts, and I would go to the mountain a few times a week to snowboard. I could even see the chairlift through my bedroom window. Today, I'll give you a brief history and introduction about how snowboarding began, some required gear, and some basic tips to help you getting moving on the mountain. Let's talk about how the sport came to be and what it looks like now. Snowboarding was invented in the 60s by surfers. Sherman Poppin is credited for inventing the snurfer, the first ever snowboard to have boots attached to the board. Some years later, Jake Burton and Tom Sims expanded on the original design of the snurfer, and are responsible for the current design of snowboards that we have today. The sport's evolution and its equipment were and continue to be influenced by skateboarders and surfers alike. Now that we've covered a brief history of the sport, let's see what you need to get onto the mountain. First, you need a snowboard, and then you need your snowboard bindings, and then finally, your snowboard boots. Now these boots are specially designed to fit into these bindings and are specially made. Picking the right boots isn't too difficult, and they actually are the most important part of your setup because having feet that are hurting and uncomfortable will make you have a terrible time snowboarding. Picking boots isn't too hard, just make sure that they fit well and are comfortable, like you were to wear a hiking boot, but only like you were going to the snow. Snowboards come in a whole different variety of shapes, sizes, and flexes, but as a beginner, just want to make sure that the board comes to about chin level, about like so. And for your bindings, also they come in a large variety of shapes and sizes and flexes, but just pick something that will fit well into your boots. These three things are required in order to get you to start snowboarding. Now, we also have a lot of other gear, which while you don't actually need, are nice to have, especially in the very cold winter months. These things are ski jacket, ski pants, ski socks, ski gloves, ski goggles, a helmet, and finally, wrist guards are nice to have, as a broken wrist is one of the most common injuries of snowboarding, and it's very, very not so nice to have a broken wrist. The last part of the section will be to how to tell your snowboarding stance. This is quite easy to do. All you gotta do is have your feet and hands together and have your good friend push you very hard from the back like this, and the foot that you lead with will be the foot that you have in front. So with me, my right foot came first, which means that right foot first snowboard, which means goofy stance. If your left foot falls first, it'll be like this. That will mean you are a regular stance. Now, strapping in. Strapping into a snowboard is very easy. All you have to do is put the board down, put the shoe in the binding, like this. You have two straps here. Put this into the ratchet it nice and tight. Same for your toe strap, nice and tight. Then take your leading foot, same procedure as your first foot. Nice and tight. Nice and tight. Now you're ready to start snowboarding. To get onto the ski lift, you just remove the straps from your back foot. Your front foot stays strapped in. Now you just use your back foot to propel you forward to go onto the lift. Now, coming down the mountain. It's a little bit trickier. It will take you anywhere from a few hours to a few days to master this. Now once you come off of the ski lift, you'll usually sit on the snow and you will strap in your left foot like so. The first skill you want to learn as a beginner is how to slow down or stop. Typically, for beginners, it's easiest to go on your heel edge like this. It'll bring you slow to a stop and get you nice and comfortable. Snowboarding is basically just sliding down the mountain and transferring from toe edge to heel edge while controlling your speed and not running into trees or other people. Well, that about sums it up for today. I have told you a brief history of snowboarding, what gear you need to bring to the mountain, and how to ride on the mountain. Snowboarding is a very fun winter sport and an excellent way to enjoy the outdoors. Happy riding.